This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, this is October the 12th, 2020, and this is the budget hearing for the 2021 budget for the town of Dayton. We are holding this hearing by telephone because of the COVID-19 pandemic and in compliance with the governor's executive orders. This hearing is the opportunity for taxpayers to provide testimony and comment on the budget. Members of the council might also have questions about the budget because we did not see it until it was already published. Present on the phone line are our town attorney, our town clerk, the budget consultant we hired to assist Michelle, who is Janet Alexander, and members of the town council who will now identify themselves by roll call. Jen,
Here.
Stan,
Here.
Carla,
Here.
Ashley,
Here.
and Ron. I'm here, so all five of us are here. I want to thank Janet for making herself available for this call. It will now start taking calls from the taxpayers. Jen will unmute each caller individually and ask if they would like to speak. Callers will identify themselves by name and address and will be allowed 3 minutes in the first round, an additional minute in the final round. Jen?
Okay. There's actually only one caller on, so they're unmuted right now. I'm not sure if they want to speak or if they're just here to listen. If you are that caller, would you like to speak? If you have your phone muted, then we won't be able to hear you, but I have you unmuted.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Also want to thank Janet for helping with the budget and being here to answer our questions.
Can you say your address? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Cindy Marsh, 749 Shady Lane, Dayton. Anyway, I've been following the budget process for quite a few years, and every year we've asked for less than the maximum estimated levy, except last year and this year. And I wondered if Janet knows why that is. Why are we asking more than the maximum estimated levy? And until last year, we'd always gotten what we asked for or a little less. But then last year, we got a whole lot less. We got like $90,000 less than what we asked for. So I know you weren't involved last year, Janet, but I thought you might provide some insight as to why we were asking for more than the maximum and why we might have gotten less.
So this is Janet Alexander, and a little bit about me. I was a clerk treasurer for 16 years for the city of Franklin, Indiana, which is just south of Indianapolis. Prior to that, I was a correctional administrator in a county system, and I was the business manager. So for a number of years, I've worked with budgets, councils, and looked at these items. There are some traditions in advertising budgets that have more to do with protecting your interests as a community. So we always advertise high. I was taught to advertise a levy 20% higher than what you knew you would get. Since property tax caps have come into play, that still remains the case. The state, however, has taken a much more, well, actually, they've always had a maximum levy. So every community had a maximum levy or a top where you could hit. After the constitutional amendment came in 2010, tax caps have had an impact on all properties or property tax levy collections. Dayton is very fortunate in that your tax rate is actually quite low, and your tax levy remains very low. You are eligible to collect your maximum levy, and I did note where apparently last year, your financial advisor reduced your the amount collected. So they advertised your maximum levy, which you would expect, but apparently for some reason they didn't feel that you needed all of that cash, and you are a very frugal community. It's obvious from your paperwork that you have managed to save a lot of money over the years and not spend everything that came in the door, which is excellent. You also have the benefit of receiving local option income taxes, both from certified shares, which goes into the general fund, public safety, LOIT, and EDIT, which go into their own fund. So you're like the perfect, you'd be like the poster child for offsets from tax caps, that you do receive local option income, you don't spend a ton of money, and you appear to operate very frugally. Does that help?
Well, a little bit, thank you. The public safety thing I think is new this year, but I'm wondering what the reasoning would have been for not going for the maximum levy. Actually, they asked for more than the maximum last year, and you did this year, and you've explained that you were taught to ask for 20% more. And
yes, yeah, they definitely advertised it, but I don't know. I don't know why they would have gone backwards. It may have even been a mistake. It's hard to know.
Okay.
I've never talked to your field rep, which, you know, I would be happy to inquire on behalf of the town if you would like me to. We're almost done with the calendar year, though.
Okay, that wouldn't be my decision, but what jumped out at me was the 41% increase that you show there on that Form 3 on the right-hand corner, and I thought,
yeah,
holy cow, you know.
No,
that
throws everybody off.
Yeah.
I explain that a lot. It's always just advertising. Your maximum levy, if you're looking at that advertisement, your estimated civil max levy in total, and they call it estimated because if your abstract levy comes in higher, you actually can collect more, but only if you've advertised high. So the abstract levy is prepared by the county auditor, and in some districts, particularly districts that have a lot of commercial, industrial, or higher end residential, your abstract levy will frequently come in higher than your certified levy, which if it does, and we've advertised low, then we can't benefit. The community is not able to benefit from that expansion in the certified AV. So that is one of the reasons why historically people have advertised high. But right now, so when I'm looking at your notice, and I know that you probably have it right there, your civil max is $260,543. If the abstract comes in high, you know, it could go up as much as $4,000. But you just never know unless you advertise for it and adopt it.
Okay, thank you,
Janet.
You're welcome.
So I don't know where Miss Marsh is getting her information from, but I know that when I took over in 2019, the budget for 19 that was done in 18, when I got it was approved for less for 2019 in MVH, and we did have to figure out where we were going to take that money away. but the budget that we turned in for this year for 2020, it got approved for everything. We were not told that anything was lower. I don't know if that's something that Financial Solutions did, but what we turned in, what we did, because we did absolutely no adjustments during the budget hearing and when it was adopted, and we were told the thing got approved. So no, we were not told that it had to be lower.
Michelle, the information came from the Form 3 that you filed on Gateway.
Well, we did not have to lower anything from our budget that we adopted by $90,000.
Thank you, Michelle.
Okay. Jen, any other people that want to talk?
No, nobody's going.
Okay. We've gone through the 3 minutes. Now we'll ask each caller to be unmuted one last time if they want to for 1 minute. So if you'd like to check that last caller, go ahead, please. Cindy Marsh, do you want to talk again?
I'm good. Thank you again, Janet.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Okay, so that's all nobody else wants to talk, right? From the town?
I don't have
Okay.
anybody else on.
Okay. Do we have any council members who would like to ask Janet or have any questions or comments? They can speak now. Okay, apparently nobody has any comments, so I guess thanks for everybody's comments. And like I say, the council never had any input to what we were commenting on tonight, so we'll consider your comments when we provide our own input into the budget at a special meeting on October the 19th, a work session meeting at 6 p.m. And then we'll be adopting the final budget at the adoption meeting on October the 26th at 6 p.m. So hope everybody can make it. And so this budget meeting stands adjourned. The regular meeting will begin at 7 p.m. Thank you.
Thanks, Janet.
You're welcome. I do have a question. Do you want me to participate on the October 19th meeting?
We can let you
I
know.
think it would be for the best.
Probably, yes. We can let you know.
Okay. So I'll pencil that in. All right.
Thank you.
Great talking to you all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.